Well, hello and welcome to a little bit of a different video, everybody. I'm at the beautiful Camden Hills area and it's a little bit more windy than I expected, but I think we're gonna have a really spectacular sunrise here. So I got up at about 4:30 to come over here to the area and hike up and try to get some amazing sunrise photos and time lapses from one of the peaks here. So we did get about 4 inches of snow last night. Really good, nice fine powder. I don't think it'll be too much of an issue just walking up the road. So without further ado, I think we should get started walking because I want to make sure that I get everything set up for the time lapse. And there goes my light. Look at all the deer tracks. That's pretty cool. Lots of animals crossing. Well, that, my friends, was tough. My legs are killing me. That was way harder than I expected it to be, and it's probably because of the extra 40 pounds of camera gear I got on me. And not only that, I don't have my Benrope Polaris Star Tracker, so that's only going to add another 2 or 3 pounds to my bag. So this winter Milky Way arch plan that I have here is going to be even tougher. It cleared out a lot more than I expected, to be honest. So it's not going to be the sunset I was hoping for. Sorry, sunrise. But I mean, this alone, the twilight colors with the city, I already love it. But I was kind of hoping for some higher clouds. I do see some. It opened up to quite the nice hole in the sky. And not only that, a lot of the clouds are right on the horizon, not giving the sun the angle it needs and the opening it needs to kind of illuminate the clouds from underneath. So that's kind of a bummer. But I got a great hike in. I'm going to start setting up this time lapse here, and boy, is it slippery on these rocks. So let's get setting up the other camera. All right, so I think what I might do is I'm just gonna hang out here. I'm gonna let this camera go for a time lapse as well with the battle tower, and I'm just gonna try to get out of the wind, enjoy the sunrise, and just kind of hang out for a little bit. Of course, that little bitty hole right there is where sunrise ended up being. So, boo. I mean, it's really pretty right there. I'm gonna switch my lens. There is our tiny sunset, rise, whatever. Well, that's a wrap, everybody. Sun is, as you can see, up. Didn't have quite the epic, colorful, spectacular sunset I was hoping, or sunrise I was hoping for, but you can clearly tell that I am much more used to chasing sunsets than sunrises. But I did get an amazing time lapse on that camera. of a nice zoomed in shot of the sunrise that was peeking through the clouds way out there. So let's get all packed up. Let's head back to the car and get all nice and warm because my fingers are cold. Well, I hope I have everything I need. We are back again at Mount Battie, and we are going to be hiking up the road again to take some epic shots of Orion with the battle tower and a full winter Milky Way pano. I have some really exciting ideas for this, and it is the first night of the Night Photo Summit for 2025, and those guys got me really inspired to take some next level shots. So I'm hoping this turns out to be a really great shot. I have a brand new tripod. I'm really excited about it. It is the Siru, I think. Siru-E, maybe? The AM 324 carbon fiber tripod. So far so good. It's got these little screw legs and super easy in and out. I love that. I can't believe that I slept on these screws, these screw types. I've always done the flippy types, and I kind of think I might like these a little bit more. It's got a nice bubble level on it. So I will say the base is a little bit smaller than my other tripod that is about 2 pounds heavier. So some of my ball heads and the Benro does cover the bubble level a little bit. So I just need to make sure that this is level before I put the Benro on. So we should be good to go, but otherwise I really want to get up hiking up that road because I've already been out doing some astro more locally toward the house. I got about 2 hours of Orion on 50mm in a position that I kind of want to composite Mount Battie in if I'm not able to do it here on top of the mountain. So at least I got the sky shots already, and now I need to just get the foreground shot. So I'm excited to see how that turns out, but without further ado, I'm gonna finish packing up my stuff here and let's get going. Well, it is a new record up the hill with all my gear on in general. It only took me 35 minutes, but I was very motivated to get up here based on time constraints. And one of the things I wanted to do was to document the light pollution of Camden. And I will say it is much worse than I honestly thought. So there's also another good sized town called Rockport in Rockland that's just a little bit further than Camden. They have a lot of white LED, like extremely bright white LED. I'm sure you can see it off in the distance in the video. But Camden itself has some nice warmer lights, but honestly, I do think it could be a lot better. In photos, you'll definitely see just how much worse it is. My settings that I'm using to take pictures to try not to blow the highlights too much in the foreground are like maybe 4 or 5 stops darker than I would normally do in like an astro photo. So it's pretty bright. And not only that, I do think that there is maybe a layer of sea fog on top of the city, which is making the light pollution even worse. So The Milky Way is getting into a decent position here soon, so I want to see if I can try to knock out the foreground for the battle tower up here, because I have some really nice light painting ideas for inside the tower that I hope I can pull off. So let's get started doing that. So that's just the town of Camden, and kind of in the back there, I'm going to raise the ISO up a lot. Now you can kind of see that light bloom happening way in the background. That is Camden. So that's as high as I can film the ISO on the Canon 6D that I'm using. This is an older camera, and the ISO, at least for video, can't go super high. Or maybe that's what the setting is set to. Honestly, I don't know. But 2,000 or 25,600 is as high as it'll go, but it gets the point across. Well, I'm trying to keep this light out of my shots over there for the foreground, but let's do a dark sky reading. .24. Ew, 20.20. Let's turn the light off. Probably can't see me very well, but it is a 20.72. See if my phone will light me up enough. It's 20.72. It's really bad. The light pollution here is definitely much worse than I expected, but I think I should be able to salvage some good tracked shots, even if I have to stack maybe some shorter exposures. But hey, we'll try it. We'll see what happens. I've had this idea for a while, and I want to see what I can do. So what I'm trying to do now is I've lighted up the battle tower from the inside. And I'm going to see how that looks. Man, it's really cold. Oh boy, the wind has picked up, and it's chilly. It is freaking cold. But man, doesn't that look great? I am loving this. Wish I had a little bit of a tighter lens, because my 28mm is going for the pano right now. It's doing the sky shot. I'm trying to get out of here. It's freaking cold. Well, the night is pretty much wrapped up. Thankfully, it is much warmer in this shelter because it blocks the wind. So inside the tower, it feels pretty good, nice and toasty. Not really. It's really cold. So I got the hand warmers going. I was going to do stacked tracked, but the wind it has like little bursts of gusts, but I checked the tracked shots at, I think, either 1 minute or 45 seconds. I don't remember exactly, but the shots look fantastic, so I'm happy. And it should be done here in about 5 minutes, and then we're going to head down. So it's almost midnight, and it is probably single-digit temps. So it's very, very cold. I'm ready to hit the car and warm up. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy these final shots.
Here is the panorama of the night, and I'm very happy that it came out so good because I ended up underexposing this pretty significantly due to the light pollution, and I absolutely love it. So this is one of the shots that I took this night, and it's a combination of many different shots from 2 different locations. So this is technically a composite, but it is the vision that I had in my mind for this shot. The way I made the shot was I went down to our local cove, which is just about a 2-minute drive from our house. It has a great view east, southeast, and I set up my tracker and just let it go for about 2 hours. And funny enough, we just recently had a snowstorm. There was a lot of ice beneath the snow, and my vehicle came very, very close to getting stuck down there for the night. But luckily, we were able to get it out. I was able to get it out by myself. It's a miracle, to be quite honest. And thankfully, since I did, I went up to Mount Battie here, as you saw in the video, and I took this foreground shot. Now, how I took the sky shot was, it was about a combination of 100 minutes worth of data, and I stacked everything in serial, and I did a background extraction, and it came out exactly the way I wanted, because I wanted to see all the cool nebulosity, and I wanted to see just how far I could push it with my unmodified camera. And I did my best to kind of make the blend seem natural-ish. I know that there was a lot of light pollution in Camden that prevented me from getting this shot, because I just don't think I would have been able to get it as good as it does. But I think that this shot is one of my favorite shots I've ever taken, whether it's a composite or not. I really enjoy this image.